welcome to Key to Travel. I am your girl Key, and I know this is not a vlog, and I did say every Sunday I was going to drop vlogs, but sometimes I'm home, and if y'all seen on my channel, I do have travel, and I added in a little lifestyle. So today's video, like the title says, I always say it, but it's getting to know your girl Key. And while y'all getting to know me, let me go get a microphone so y'all can hear me a little better, and we're gonna go ahead and deep dive into who is your girl Key, right? So let's do that, and we're gonna come right back, and I'm gonna see if the volume is good enough over here, or if I need to, get the big mic. So let's check it out. Okay guys, I am back, and I think y'all can hear me. I didn't get the microphone because I could hear myself pretty well, so hopefully y'all can hear me well, and y'all won't hear all the background and all the other ish that's going on. But let's go ahead and dive deep into who is Key. Now, if y'all been a traveler with me for a while, y'all know I first started this channel about 9 years ago. It wasn't a travel channel, it was just me and my everyday ish. A lot of those videos are archived now, but yeah. So I probably posted maybe once every 6 months or something like that. And then 2 years ago, me and my husband was traveling a lot. So I decided, you know what? Let's start telling us some stories about what's going on when we travel. And that happened 2 years ago, and I would do my story times and tell a little bit dips and dabs of what was going on. And I started getting messages saying, why don't we see your travel? Won't you vlog it? And I was like, you know what? Let me get y'all some clips on what we doing. Give y'all a little bit of inside of what we doing. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do some travel diaries. Nothing serious, no big content and stuff like that. Just some little travel diaries. I wasn't showing all our travels because sometimes when you go, you just want to enjoy the time that you're spending, with your significant other. And it's really a time for us to breathe, relax, and then get back to the hustle and bustle of life, right? So I didn't do all of my travel that I posted. I just posted some of them that we went on. Some of the ones that I thought y'all might enjoy, and I didn't want to take y'all every time we go on a birthday trip, so you kind of enjoy our birthday trips. But then Christmas came around, and I was like, you know what? I want to try Vlogmas, because I used to love Vlogmas. Like, that was my lifestyle Christmas movies, was watching people Vlogmas, because it was like to really get to know a person. You got to see them every day on your screen. Then I tried it 2 years ago, and well, I was going to try it 3 years ago when I first was coming back, but we were traveling during the holidays at that time. So 2 years ago, I said, you know what? Since I host at my house, let me go ahead and do Vlogmas. Well, you try not to show some of the gifts that you get, but if you're getting gifts for family, it's kind of like you have to maneuver around what you're doing on Vlogmas so you don't give away too much. And yeah, and like your everyday day, it gets kind of hectic, especially during Christmas, because you don't want to film certain people out and about. You might be somewhere, you get somebody's gifts that they didn't want to show. So it's like it was getting like kind of sticky, but I still was kind of keeping it where people can get a little bit deep dive into who I am. But you really didn't get a lot of me. You really got a lot of me shopping and getting gifts in and getting packages in, and me doing the package thing and all that, which a lot of YouTubers love to do. However, that just becomes, I say, repetitive, and that's why I like a lot of my YouTubers that I like. I know I'm talking fast, y'all. I'm from New Orleans. Authentic and just themselves, and that was the reason I like to watch them. But when it became, every time I turned on their channel, it was a product that they were trying to show me, or they were, getting a new package in, and I didn't want to see that, because all that was going to make me do is go shop and spend the money that I need to spend, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do that this year. So this year I said, of me, y'all just got to see the shopping and the Christmas part of me, right? And I'm not that girly to do extravagant decorations and all that. That's not me. If you see my house, it's pretty much simple, right? So after that, I said, well, this year I was going to try, 2025, I was going to try to do the 12th day of Christmas and kind of give people a little bit of more of me, right? And what I do to get prepared for the Christmas holidays since I host. And that's what I did this year. Not really a big deep dive into who I am, right? And a lot of people want to, when they watch their YouTube channels, they want to deep dive into who the person is. And to get a deep dive into who Key is and why did I start traveling, I did tell y'all a little bit about people that watch my channel. I did let y'all know a little bit that I started traveling because my mom always said she wanted to go to different places and travel. Well, she did travel a lot, she just didn't fly. And I said, and when she said she was about to do it, she was getting ready, she passed away. So she didn't get that time of her life to actually enjoy what she wanted to enjoy. Even though she retired early and she was setting herself up to do it, when she finally got the nerve to start to get ready to actually live, she wasn't able to. So I want to live every day like you live every day, you only die once. So I want to live, and I want to live and enjoy it. I want to have stories to tell that I didn't get to tell a few years ago that I wouldn't have told, because it was like, okay, you get caught in that rat race, and life tends to get people caught in that rat race of their 9 to 5s, and everybody works till they're like 65, and then once you're ready to do something, you hurting your elements, you know, you gotta share your life with family, the ones that you have left, and it's just like, you know, how dreary is that for life, right? So I decided I didn't want to do that. I decided I wanted to see the world, and whatever comes with it comes with it, and that's what that allows me time to do some of these travels. I tried to find travel that is not ridiculously expensive, and with the time that I have and sit around, you use your time wisely on what you want to use it for. And I use it to find deals, I use it to find and again, I am a travel agent, and I decided to become a travel agent, well, a travel advisor, so I can find other deals closer to the ones that I was finding and combine those deals together to get what I actually want in a trip. I set up group trips that actually allows me to have other people travel along with me for a fraction of their price, and also it gives me and hubby a fraction of our price. Even though you have all these itineraries and things like that involved in it, people still have fun and enjoy themselves, because again, I want to open up the doors for other people to be able to do the same things. Not doing long trips like some of my groups have. I usually have some groups with longer trips, but now I'm trying to get, because I want everybody to experience what it is to travel. And even if you do travel and you're like, oh, that just cost me too much money, I want to show people how you can travel not really expensive, but still have that timing. And like the new thing now for 2026 is to tell people how to use their PTOs, their vacation days to work for them. And it's not just to say, you know what, I need that day off, and you sit at home and you wasting your PTO because you're like, you know what, to catch up on things around the house. And you shouldn't have to do that. You should be able to use your time and your time wisely. So now we're starting to do 3-day trips. Like, even if it's out of the country, a 3-day trip out of the country, and you don't spend no more than $300, or you go on 3 days in the States, where you can just say, oh, I got a chance to breathe and relax. Even if it's a relaxing trip, which we call the vacationer, or it's a travel trip where you actually get to do things. You want to experience things. You want to enjoy things. You want to bring that experience back with you. You want to have your pictures on Instagram that you see everybody else have and can't understand why you can't do it, because you on your 9 to 5 working and paying bills. And you should have that. You should be able to allot yourself those times. To a lot of us, if you're in my age range, grew up that working and retirement was the goal. Working, retirement, and education was the goal, right? And the generation underneath us is figuring out how to not work hard, how to enjoy life, and how to retire, but retire with something more than what Social Security wants to give you, okay? So the dynamics has changed in the world. And a lot of people, even the youngsters, I'm finding, don't want to leave that nest egg of what they have at home. So they can't travel because they're missing either one or two things. Money, because they have all the time in the world, or our generation that has money but no time. And so that way, that at that point, you have to start balancing that, right? And the way to balance that is to give yourself some time and save you a couple of pennies where you can travel. And that's what I have learned, and that's who I am and what I do. I feel that everybody pays for what they want to pay for. Everybody lives how they want to live. But at the end of the day, if you want to travel and you want to see the world, and your whole purpose every time you think about it is, I don't have the money, you'll be surprised. My groups are so surprised at what the price is for them to travel when we go in a group. They're like, what? $1,000 for 3 days? What? And that covers everything except for my food? Yeah. What? And sometimes that $1,000 covers food and alcoholic drinks, food and drinks, food and some entertainment. I mean, it just depends on the trip and what we're doing, right? So yeah, so that's pretty much who Key to Travel is, and that's why I travel, what I do. And if y'all ever interested in any of the group trips to see if any of the groups that we host or groups that, and if you see on my channel, I never ever put my groups on there because some people sometimes don't call off for work. They just go. And hey, and if they don't want to be in pictures, they don't. And if they want us to take pictures, they put it on their own platforms. We do not put it on ours. And the reason why is because we want you to enjoy life and not at the expense of other people looking at Instagram trying to figure out what you're doing and how you're doing it. So if anybody is ever interested in our group trips, like I was saying, I always have my email down in the description. You can always drop me an email and ask for what type of trip I have going on, how much it is, any of that. And there's never no pressure, never no situation. We just, just be doing us, And that when I travel, you don't see it's a lot of content driven. It's just my diary. It's just what I do, how I do it, and how I love to do it. And if y'all have any input or would like to see me do more things or like to see me add more things to my content, please make sure you drop it down in the comments. I take suggestions. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Okay? And yeah, so that's Key to Travel. I am your girl, Key. Hopefully y'all got a little about me, and if you have any questions, I do not mind doing a part 2 to take all your questions and put it right here on the tube. So go ahead, drop it down in the comments, and thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Peace. See you in my next country.